Welcome to Friday Night Live. Hope everyone's doing really, really well. I've got to get rid of all this stuff that's showing up here.
You've got so many pop-ups.
I got so many pop-ups. I don't know what I'm doing.
Rick says, greetings from Ohio. Time to whack that like button. Here comes the weekend.
Whack it.
Thank you, Rick. Hi, Ed Dombrowski. I have my glasses on. Sorry.
Oh, Vangelis, Blade Runner. Yes, good job. I was saying Vangelis for years on the radio when I was programming New Age music on the NAC format, like a wave format, remember? And a few years before I talked to John Anderson, someone finally put me in my place. He says, Vangelis, like Bachman, like Bachman sounds better than Bachman, but it is Bachman Turner Overdrive. It is Vangelis. Deal with it. I got to turn off my my email.
Kim Trickle. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim. Nice to have you on here. Kim, were you the one asking about David Page? I just found out. Now, I have the master, so we didn't lose that. I spent 3 hours this week looking for the edited version, little clips of the David Page interview. I could not find it anywhere. Chase, our son, works at Costco. I'm texting him and I'm going, I know you did David Page, but where is it? I've gone through our big NAS soundtrack. I've gone through all our hard drives. I can't find it anywhere. And he just said, hey, Dad, I'll do it again.
So it's coming.
I wanted to put it out on Monday.
Flo says, bonjour, John.
Bonjour.
Greetings from Normandy.
Hi.
Darren hops on. Hi, Darren. John, you have the mic, right? You should start a channel called Living Under a Rock History Music. Chris Bergman, the third, good evening.
Hi.
Heavy metal, Times Square,
yeah.
A music war.
Yeah, Heavy Metal was a great soundtrack. Don Felder was on that. We did that song, right? Well, the ones that Shannon came up with, I said, okay, Shannon, this is yours tonight. You come up with some. She says, well, right offhand, Footloose.
That's like a basic one.
Flashdance is the soundtrack that it's the first gig I had in radio. That's the first time I had to do anything in radio. My boss, Len Tucson, who sold me that reel-to-reel that's always behind us, that Studer, he said, you go out and interview people when they get out of Flashdance. And I went, oh, okay. I was so nervous. So I had the little microphone. Oh, what do you think, Flashdance? What's it going to do? Like, I was like that. I was so scared. My voice was probably really high. Man, what I'd do to get that tape. No, I couldn't listen to it. If I had it, I don't think I could listen to it. Anyway, just before Shannon goes on. Top Gun, this is Shannon's list. Grease, The Godfather, Dirty Dancing, The Bodyguard, A Star is Born. Oh, that's a great one. Purple Rain, yes. The Graduate, Mrs. Robinson. A Hard Day's Night, Saturday Night Fever, Pitch Perfect. Oh,
that's a newer version.
Yeah. I like Pitch Perfect. The first one I liked. American Graffiti. Those are all really, really good ones.
That's kind of my list.
Nice job.
Thank you. Sidekickster, School of Rock.
Yes.
Dwayne says, hello, everyone. Greetings from Edmonton, Alberta. Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, man. Nice to have you on here, buddy.
John Adams, Saturday Night Fever. Not a disco fan, but too many great songs to ignore. Isn't that right, John?
Yeah, there's not a bad track on there.
No.
We were watching the Bee Gees documentary yesterday, and how management called up and they asked Barry, Robin, and Maurice. They said, "Okay, we need you have new music for your new album." And they were working on a brand new album, so all those songs would have ended up being "Night Fever," "Staying Alive," if I Can't Have You. All those songs. Not If I Can't Have You. What's the other one? What's the other one, guys? Is it If I Can't? No, I forget. Anyway, they had three of those songs, and I think they just said, well, we're going to put it on the new album, but we'll send it to you. And they see the numbers go up, and everyone went crazy, and that led to the Disco Sucks movement, and Disco Sucks. It was just awful. And I still like that music. Now we don't call it disco. Most of us, we just call it good dance music, right?
Ed says, oh, sorry, greetings from north of Philly. Hey, Ed. Cliff Smith, my claim to fame is buying soundtracks, mostly the 80s, to movies I still haven't seen.
Like what?
Wow.
That's kind of cool, though.
Dwayne says, sorry to hear about Judith Durham from The Seekers and Olivia Newton-John passing away. Great Australian artist.
Well, Shannon suggested we do this tonight. She says we can also talk about Olivia on how So many people watched that movie. I think more people looked at Olivia and said, I'd like to be with someone like that, than looked at John. And nothing against John. I love John Travolta. But I'm speaking from a guy. Did we had a crush on John Travolta?
Oh, probably way back in the day.
Oh, probably don't count. Wait a second.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, you would have been 8 when that was released. And I would have been 18. But I wasn't dating her then. Just to clarify, I met her in 97.
Rick says, Woodstock, pretty good music selection. The band, The Last Waltz, FM, Steely Dan sang the title track.
FM was a great soundtrack. I still have that double LP downstairs. Yeah.
Alex Knight. Hey, Alex, for soundtracks.
Alex.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, good one,
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah. I never had it. I never considered them real musicians. So there's a part of me that refused to acknowledge them. I don't know. I just didn't.
And Flo says the soundtrack of the movie Boogie Nights is very good. And that's another good one.
Yeah. Remember the last scene of that?
Gennaro says, greetings from the birthplace of Oscar Peterson. A new $1 coin with his picture will be minted soon.
That's cool.
Ed says, yeah, the Mission.
Oh, Ennio Morricone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm actually going to put that down.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Well, remember they referenced that on The Holiday when Jack Black is talking to what's her name, the English gal. He's talking to her, and they're in the Kate Winslet. Thank you. And he talks about Ennio Morricone.
Sue Bailey, hi John and Shannon. Probably Footloose and Saturday Night Fever. Those were two of mine that I thought as well.
By the way, Ennio Morricone did all those spaghetti westerns too. He did a lot of those in the old days. Those are Italian spaghetti westerns.
Sidekickster says Tommy by the Who, my all-time favorite movie.
Oh, great choice. Yes. And a cool movie. Anne Margaret and Beans. Wow. And Anne Margaret's still with us. Rolling in the beans.
Sweet Savage says great movie and soundtrack. The song remains the same.
Yes, of course. Great choice. That's a great live album.
Gennaro says Elvis Blue Hawaii movie.
Oh, I might have it downstairs on LP. Her dad, when we moved out east, gave me, I don't know, maybe 12 Elvis albums in really good shape. And her parents saw Elvis in Vegas, which was the coolest thing.
And I think that he was kind of on his, not quite as healthy time, looking a little
plumpy.
Kim says Grease soundtrack. Yes, that's huge.
And it's
More Than a Woman. You were asking.
More Than a Woman. Yeah, it's not if I can't. Yeah, More Than a Woman. Yeah. Yvonne Elliman. Yeah, I was thinking More of a Woman. I kept thinking of Yvonne Elliman. Yeah, because she worked with him.
Fraser J says, "Hey, you adorable couple. Hope you're all well. First soundtrack that springs to mind has to be the Jeff Healey Band on the film Roadhouse. Oh
yeah.
Saw it in the cinema when it came out. Unbelievable.
I was just reminded of that. There was a thing today in history that I got the dates wrong, and it wasn't.
Is there going to be a remake of Roadhouse? I thought.
Yeah, they're making a remake. I'm not sure if it's a series or. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Patrick Swayze. And when you talk about soundtracks, it's hard not to talk about people we've lost. You mentioned Sgt. Pepper's, that movie with Peter Frampton. It's amazing. I wanted it to be good, so I just wanted it to be good, and it wasn't. It was tedious. It was laborious to watch it. It was interesting though, but there was just something about it going, it's like I don't care if someone comes up and blows them all up, but I want to care. I like the Bee Gees. I love Peter Frampton, but
Roger King says Streets of Fire.
Oh yeah, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
John at Village Advisory. Good morning from Melbourne. It's been a bad week. Looking forward to a cheer up.
Oh, everything okay? There's through looking at people going through forest fires and floods and so many different things, air quality. I mean, I hear you, man. Our son the other day was just telling us. He says, I felt really weird, and he was having energy drinks before he works out. Not energy drinks, actually an actual workout.
Like a pre-workout drink.
A pre-workout drink. I can tell you're really tired. Shannon says, listen, John, I'm going to do it with you tonight. No matter what, I'm going to do it. I said, you don't have to. But I said, they do complain if you don't come on. They miss you.
I'm happy to be here.
And she's, no, I want to do it. But I could always, she's been my wife. She's been with me for 25 years. I know when she's tired. But hang in there, girl.
A Hike with Mike. Hey, folks.
Hi.
Pause to purr. Hello, everyone. John Adams, I think the song you're looking for is, More Than a Woman.
More
That's
Than a
right.
Woman, thank you.
Rick May, Xanadu. Thanks, Olivia. ELO too. Yeah, Xanadu.
Yes.
I was going to say that too as well. That's a great one.
I wasn't a big fan of that soundtrack.
There was quite a few songs.
Suddenly was on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cliff Richard. And, Xanadu, the song. Yeah. Yeah, the more I think of it, maybe it was... I did a Today in History thing. Shannon writes Today in History. And and it was the day she died. I said, yeah, it was corny because I did it early in the morning. And then I found out she's dead. And I'm going, oh, my God. And I've been trying to get an interview with Olivia for 3 years now. And her manager always gets back to me. It was really, really nice. But the last time I got a feeling that she wasn't doing well. He said, can you just hold off a little bit? We just want to. And he said it in a way that I'm going, I don't think.
Looking back now, you're thinking.
Yeah, it made sense. And I'm going, I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to pester her. I don't want to be the guy who does that to Olivia Newton-John. God.
Gennaro says another soundtrack, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, of course.
John Oak says, hello, Shannon, John, Urban Cowboy and Dirty Dancing.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Good. Hike with Mike, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Dirty Dancing, of course.
Grosse Point Blank, Dazed and Confused, Almost Famous, La Bamba, Detroit Rock City, Saturday Night Fever, School of Rock, and Easy Rider.
Oh, God. Let me see them. Oh, yeah. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I love Somebody's Baby. I just love that sound. I love them.
Breakfast Club have a pretty good soundtrack, too.
Don't you forget about me.
Some songs on that.
I'm going to sing a song today.
Pretty in Pink had some as well.
Yeah, we just watch Pretty in Pink. Every time it's on, we stop and watch it. No matter what. Yeah.
Darren says, oh, brother, where art thou?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. George Clooney was pretending to sing. Oh, God. Remember that?
Flo says, can we consider Tubular Bells as a movie soundtrack?
Well, the song Tubular Bells, yeah. Exorcist. Ookity spookity.
Frado Fragrance, the Lost Boys soundtrack. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Had some great songs on it, including a song by Roger Daltrey, Lou Gramm, and In Excess.
I really enjoyed that movie a lot. I love that movie so much.
Kevin Walsh, the soundtrack to the movie Singles, is a great one from the 90s. Dazed and Confused is an excellent one, too.
Dazed and Confused, like I said, I really enjoy. I love that film. More than most films of that ilk.
Dwayne says, my dad turned 92 yesterday and definitely remembers Elvis.
Wow.
Hike with Mike, Summer of Sam had a great soundtrack, too.
I don't remember the actual soundtrack, yeah.
Kitten Care, really like the Tangerine Dream soundtrack. Sorcerer, Thief, Firestarter, etc.
I used to play the main theme of Thief by Tangerine Dream on my New Age show when I was doing it in '87. Because I remember it has a silhouette of James Caan on it. But yeah, I might have played something else on it. I actually kept my playlist, my master playlist of that station, the station that there's a station in Vancouver that heard about my show and they hired me to do it in Vancouver from Edmonton. And I actually have the master playlist of that one as well.
David Smith, hello, Shannon and John. I love To Live and Die in LA from Wang Chung.
Oh, yeah.
Feldman and Jack Hughes are just starting a U.S. tour.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Wang Chung.
One of my Alexis R. One of my faves, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, God, yeah, of course.
It is. Faves.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it wrong. But...
Thanks, Gennaro. Hit the like button, everyone. We appreciate that. Always appreciate
Whack that like button.
Trucker Cab, The Paid Tourist. Ooh, I gotta say, as far as soundtracks go, I still love the soundtrack to the original heavy metal movie.
Yeah. Came up a few times. Not surprised. It was a double album, wasn't it, if I remember correctly? Was it a double album? I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't. It's been so many years.
Walatica says James Bond movie soundtracks are awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
One that came up was Dr. No, and that was a James Bond from way back. Kitten Care, Chariots of Fire.
One of my all-time favorites.
Oh.
When they played Jerusalem in that, that because people play that in church. My ex-wife's father, my ex-father-in-law, wherever he is, I hope he's okay. We lost them both. But I told him once, I said, oh my God, what is this song, Jerusalem? He said, well, I used to sing that in church. because I loved it so much with the choir, with the children's choir. You okay, Dee?
Roger King, congrats on 100K.
Thank you.
I just noticed.
Yeah, it was a real nice thing. There was a Canadian news. There was a Canadian broadcast magazine. Hold on, I'll show you. That just posted a thing on. Oh, here it is. Probably can't see it. No, you won't be able to see it. But they posted this story on John Beaudin and rock history music, which is nice. And they gave us plugs. You can actually click right on it.
That was a really nice shout out to you there.
Yeah.
Blaze Eisner,
oh, hey,
brother
Blaze.
John and sister Shannon. I enjoyed the band on the movie Overboard. That included Jeff Beck and Nicolette Larson. Great to see you too. God bless.
Thank you, man. Jeff Beck. I was listening to Blow by Blow the other day. Still my favorite. I don't know a lot of his music. And it's strange. People tell me, you like Blow by Blow so much. Why don't you go deeper in his catalog? I will. I work like 10 hours some days. Like today was a day of trying to find the David Page interview. I couldn't find it. I found the raw file, so we've got it. Chase is going to have to do it all over again. And besides, he's too dark. I told Chase, you got on his side, he's like in the dark, but with you can lighten it up.
Walt Moss, Wolfman, Jack introducing songs on American Graffiti.
Yeah.
John at the Village Advisory, The Big Chill, and of course American Graffiti.
Oh, The Big Chill, good choice. Yes, of course.
Flo says, I love the soundtrack of Phantom of the Paradise by Paul Williams.
Paul Williams, yeah. I love that. Who was the actress in that? I was so in love with her. I haven't thought of her in ages. I remember seeing that film. Jeff used to work at the theater, so Jeff, my old friend Jeff Graham, and we went to the theater to see that. And I remember going, what is going on? What is this? Take up Phantom of the Opera. But I'd like to talk to Paul Williams. I have a few of his albums. There's our little autistic wonder, our daughter.
Fraser J., everything that John Barry composed, Somewhere in Time, has me in tears every time I listen to it.
And I was just thinking today, Joe Jackson had a birthday yesterday, or was it today? We work a day ahead of time, so I forget. But Joe Jackson, Mike's Murder. Remember Mike's Murder? What was it? Officer and a Gentleman. Who's the gal in there? What's her name? She was in that. Deborah. What's her name?
Deborah Winger.
Deborah Winger. Yeah, she was in Mike's Murder. A little known movie, a little known soundtrack, but it's really really good. Around the Night and Day era of Joe Jackson. I've got it on vinyl.
Ambika Wolf, Rock and Roll High School, the kids are all right.
Rock and Roll High School. Yeah.
Yes, Pause 2 says, yes, The Lost Boy. Oh, that takes me back.
Doesn't it though?
Right?
Soundtrack, there's something about soundtrack because you go see the movie and it happens because they're trying to grab you. They want you to buy them. This is to merchandise to them, right? The soundtrack, and you bring it, and after a while it stops being about the movie in some levels because the music takes over, and then you go see the movie again. You go, oh yeah, that's right.
Mike Smith says, "Thank God it's Friday. 11 kisses.
Oh.
Thank God it's Friday."
Yeah. Having a little nightcap of scotch tonight.
I just have to I'm going to grab my phone.
Okay.
Sorry. Really fast.
Our little autistic wonder likes to get on Shannon's phone, and
I need my phone.
thank you, Danica.
More later. Thank
More
you.
later.
Yeah, thank you.
But she can also decompensate when we take the phone. So we have to be careful. We have to be
I always
really
think
nice.
that I have everything set up here, glasses, water, everything, and then I'm going, oh, not the phone.
Not that far.
I'm just going to go like this a little bit more.
Rock. I'm having to lean in a little too much. There you go.
Just wanted to keep away from there.
Oh, that's okay.
Anyone say Car Wash?
Oh my God! Completely forgot. I think I've only seen that movie once. But I went to I think I went to the drive-in theater to see that. Yeah.
Rick says Rock and Roll High School with the Ramones. Not sure if this is a soundtrack. Bette Midler, In the Rose.
Yeah. It was a soundtrack.
Dennis Perrin says heavy metal, all the songs.
Yeah. Came up more than any other one. I expected Grease or Saturday Night Fever. The Graduates on the banner of this. I like the soundtrack, Simon Garfunkel stuff.
Teddy Bates, good one here. Two of a kind soundtrack with songs like Take a Chance, Twist of Fate, and Ask the Lonely by Journey, R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, Olivia and John Travolta, their reunion.
They had some hits from that too.
We played that a lot at K-Light. When I was first getting into radio, I worked at a station called 96 K-Light in Edmonton, and we played that soundtrack a lot.
Blaze says, A Hard Day's Night and Help.
Yeah. Wasn't it the anniversary of Help? I think you wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when I'm doing a Today in History, sometimes I'll do 2 in a row, and by the time it gets out, I've kind of like emptied my brain of it. I try to remember some stuff, but there's a part of me going, I got to get to the next video. So I go, what day was that again?
When I'm doing so many of them, I'm like, I know it's in August sometime because it's just like so many.
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused, Dennis Perrin said.
Yes.
Darren says, A Superfly and The Harder They Come, both from 1972.
Superfly, yeah. Love you. That later.
Reiki SK8R, the Sid and Nancy plus 1984 Suburbia soundtracks.
I was reading a piece on Nancy, and you see that video where Nancy's mom is on talking about the fact that she was a complete handful. Sid had his problems, but Nancy had a lot of issues. I mean, I think to be in that world, I mean, you can be naive and get into that world too, but yeah, they butt heads a lot. Those two.
Surfer Boy, hello, John and Shannon, folks from Boston.
Hello.
Hey, Rick says, anyone mention the Rocky Horror Show?
Oh my God!
And The Kids Are All Right with The Who.
The Who, yeah, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's another movie that I think I went with Jeff. We went in there, I knew nothing about it. And Frankenfurter comes out, and I'm going, what's going on? It's the middle of the 70s. I'm going, I don't know what's happening right now. Well, we ended up just loving it. Like, Tim Curry was amazing. I went out and bought his solo album, I Do the Rock. Love this stuff.
From Speak English with This Guy. Speaking of Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown is great.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Womack and so many others. 100K, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. The Wand of the Nail, Bobby Womack, Todd Rundgren. I'll never forget that. Look it up. Bobby Womack, Todd Rundgren, Wand of the Nail on David Letterman. Amazing performance.
And Dave Krivenek says Untouchables was very well done.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I never had that soundtrack. Good movie.
Dwayne says, I saw Jeff Beck twice live and met him, one of the 3 Yardbirds guitar greats, along with Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page.
Yeah, they were just chugging out the legendary guitarists in that band.
Gennaro says, what about The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston? Yes, that was one of the ones.
I think that's on the banner, yeah. The I Will Love, when I was talking to Bill Schnee, because he was the engineer on that song, and Bill said, they were in the trailer with all the engineering equipment, the mobile trailer engineering station. And Whitney was having problems nailing it. She just couldn't, whatever, I Will Always Love You. And Kevin Costner came into the trailer, puts his hand on their shoulders, and he goes, she'll get it. So he goes off and he talks to her. In the next take, man, like, Rumpelstiltskin, baby. She did it. Holy snapping turtles.
Ooh. Hey, Record Hound. Welcome. Good evening, John, Shannon, chat. There's a bunch of soundtracks I enjoy. Chris Bergman III says Teachers.
Oh, my God. JoBette Williams. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. JoBette showed a little extra of herself, I think, in that one.
Seba Prince Feely, I really miss Olivia Newton-John. I loved Grease, Xanadu, and Two of a Kind. So sad that she passed away on Monday. Kind of unexpected. That's
why Shannon wanted to do it tonight. What?
Well, they actually, I was watching, it might have been on the Today Show, but they were talking about how Jane Seymour was right. doing an interview talking about.
You met Jane Seymour.
And I met her when I was in Calgary. And she was just
She's
saying...
tiny, you said.
She was just saying how Olivia Newton-John had been sick or ill for quite a while. I know she's gone through bouts of her cancer years. And in remission. But in the last little while. And she had just said that when she went to go see her, and it was not even a few months ago, was that she was already, in with a walker, like she was frail, and but always just, coming out and saying, how are you doing?
Yeah.
No focus on herself, but how are things going for you? How's the family? So just a real gem, she was saying. So,
Amy Skye, who produced a few of her albums, and Mark Jordan, remember Marina Del Rey, Mark Jordan. They worked with her a lot. Mark, who's not an actor, worked with her as an actor, and she was giving him pointers, but I knew that somebody would interview. And I've known Mark Jordan for quite a few years. I don't really know him, but he definitely knows who I am. And I've interviewed him so many times, but I knew he'd appear. At least Amy would appear talking, because they were very good friends. And Amy said till the end, they had a chance to say goodbye, but till the end, she had positive spirits about everything. It says a lot about a person.
How be 44, The Last Waltz?
Oh yeah, the band. Yeah, what a lineup, eh? Wow. And another superstar, and another one. Here's Neil Diamond.
Blaze says Woodstock.
Yeah, one of the ultimates.
Record Hound. If you've ever heard any of the Monty Python soundtrack albums, they're a must. Skits were built around clip films.
I had so many friends who were big into Monty Python, like hugely. So some of the stuff I got, some of the stuff I didn't. As I got older, I started getting it more. Then I lose it, and I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. But yeah, I like the films. That's for sure.
Fraser J. The Commitments was huge in 1991.
Oh, yeah.
Great soundtrack. Mustang Sally.
Yeah. Some people has always Chase did used to go to a jam session, and there were certain songs they would kind of say, if you don't do it, we'll be okay with that. Mustang Sally was one. Stairway to Heaven, the ones you'd expect. Sweet Home Alabama. The songs they would kind of say, you don't really have to do those songs.
Romy Loves Dan, Over the Edge, not a soundtrack album, just an outstanding soundtrack music to the film.
Oh yeah, is that one with Kevin Costner? Is that the one with what's her name? That actress that's a little out there. Yeah, what was that song? What was that with? Yeah.
It'll come to you. Rick, AC/DC, Who Made Who, soundtrack to Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Trucker Key, the paid artist, congrats on the 100K. Also, Vision Quest, first time you could hear Journey, Only the Young and High. Also have to say the Blues Brothers soundtrack.
Yeah, it's come up a few times, the Blues Brothers. Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Tortoro Porco, hi, welcome. Tin Men, Fine Young Cannibals, the theater I saw it in had an amazing sound system.
Yeah.
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy, yeah. And Midnight Cowboy's not come up tonight so far. Oh, yeah, Train Spotting.
My favorite soundtrack, Shark Sandwich by Spinal Tap. Float. Live in Oregon. I like Empire Records. It has Gin Blossoms, Cranberries, Edwyn Collins, to name just a few. Collins' song, A Girl Like You, should have been a Bond movie song.
Who's the girl that she shaved her head in that movie? She was like this in the front. I remember. I had the soundtrack. When it first came out. They sent us a whole bunch of them. I don't know if I knew the Gin Blossoms before that, but yeah, really good. It's a good soundtrack for that period. It really captures that period.
How B44, The Big Chill.
Yeah, came up a lot.
Record House says Stand By Me was an earlier fave for me.
Oh, yeah. Benny King had a hit with that song all over again. Yeah.
Flo says the soundtrack of 24 Hour Party People is very good.
I don't know that one.
Hike with Mike, Into the Wild has a cool soundtrack, has a few original Eddie Vedder songs on it. Great movie and soundtrack. I've
never seen that movie. Thank you for the reminder. I've got to see that movie. It's a sad movie considering what happens to him at the end. But he was like, just kind of had to go out on his own, had to do that, right? And that bus is still out there, I hear. Somebody said that bus is still out there in the middle of nowhere.
All You Need Is Cash. The Ruddles?
Oh, the Ruddles, yeah. They were the pretend Beatles.
Reiki, The Great Expectations, Ethan Hawke in Garden State with Natalie Portman.
I don't think I've seen it. These are all great. Yeah.
Darren says, has anyone mentioned the soundtrack for Singles yet? Yes, I believe it was mentioned.
Yeah, only once, I think, though.
Fraser J, anything with John Williams. His son isn't bad either. Hey, John.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, I love my John Williams.
Seba Prince Feely, Streets of Fire, The Lost Boys, Cocktail, and Purple Rain. Awesome soundtracks. Purple Rain and Superfly.
These are the ones Shannon came up with. Footloose, Flashdance, Top Gun, Grease, The Godfather, Dirty Dancing, stuff that she liked. The Bodyguard, The Stars Born, Purple Rain, Stars Born, the old one, the second one, and the newer one.
Like them both.
Yeah. The Graduate, Hard Day's Night, Saturday Night Fever, and American Graffiti. There you go. I said, this is yours tonight. You tell
Ace
me.
Larson, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's such a great movie. That's such a quirky, shouldn't have been a hit, sure glad it was movie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Vote for Pedro.
JP
Hello?
Milano, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, Earth, Wind, and Fire was awesome with Got to Get You Into My Life.
That was one of the high points of the soundtrack for sure. I didn't mind Aerosmith as well. There was just some, there was just a lot of misses on that album, that's for sure.
Carrie Crouch, hi Carrie, hi John and Shannon, the soundtrack from This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah, of course.
Blaze says, Brother John, Warren
Zevon?
Buffett's son, Peter, did part of the soundtrack for Dances with Wolves.
Oh, Peter Buffett. Yeah, Peter Buffett. I used to play Peter Buffett. He was on the Narada label out of Milwaukee. And he wasn't one of the more popular artists on Narada, the New Age label, but I certainly played him on, I think there was only one or two albums that we played from him.
Record Hound says, Fonzie Favorites, oldies compilation, but it had the TV version of Happy Days theme.
Oh, really? Yeah, the other version was the...
David said, has anyone mentioned Xanadu? Yes, we've had Xanadu up there.
Well, I think because by default, because of Olivia, which just, I think, shocked everybody, because we hadn't heard anything in a while.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
Gennaro, soundtrack for the best movie ever, The Sound of Music.
Oh, The Sound of Music. I've yet to see that movie all the way through.
I've seen it, I don't know how many times. But yes, of course, that would be one of my favorites, too, because from when I was growing up, definitely.
The heroes are alive.
Eric says, Vision Quest, Dio, Journey, Red Rider, Sammy Hagar.
Vision Quest has come up a few times,
Bob Perry, Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, a lot of vintage music on there.
Surfer Boy says, Animal House.
Yeah, Animal
Fraser
House.
J says, Kenny Loggins is a genius on soundtracks, but his own material is even better.
Yes, I agree completely. It was a great interview. I almost got him again. But his dance card, as they say, was full. So, and I know he enjoyed the interview because at the end he says, this has been very enjoyable. He says, thank you for sort of getting me out of the normal kind of 10 questions. I said, I asked you the 10 questions. I just asked you more around it.
Kurt Prinz, Rushmore.
Oh, I don't know that.
Chris Bergman says, when I was a kid, I loved The Music Man.
The Music Man? Do I know that one?
DOA, Urban Cowboy says, Say Anything. Say Anything was a good one. Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles. Yes, those are good ones as well.
Say Anything. Yeah, Peter Gabriel, remember?
H2O Field. Number one for me is the Phantom of the Paradise soundtrack. I
like Paul Williams. I just love Paul. I'd love to talk to Paul Williams. Does anybody know him? What's his name? Kasim Sultan from Todd Rundgren's band and the bass player for Meatloaf on Bat Out of Hell. He actually is good friends with him. I should get a hold of him and say, please.
Bovine Twilly, the Forrest Gump was quite good. Yes.
Yep.
Ronnie Parker says 1977 Smoking the Bandit.
Oh,
the amazing Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed, yeah. Oh, that whole group. You know, we've lost so many of that group of actors.
Blaze says Rock of Ages, Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Aldrin says Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, my God. I haven't thought of that in ages. Yeah.
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop, 1984.
Oh, of course.
There was so much on that soundtrack.
I'm surprised that hasn't come up.
Oh, my God. That was huge back then.
And everyone was so, I think, pleasantly surprised that Eddie Murphy just took that movie to a whole nother level. He really did. He was so talented.
Mike Walker, I just tuned in, guessing somebody mentioned Saturday Night Fever,
Yep.
Also Hard Day's Night. Yes, those were two that were mentioned.
Hard Day's Night, not as much as I thought, but.
Gennaro says, by the way, we saw the real Mario Von Trapp in Vermont. The movie is the real deal.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Cool. Fraser J says, yes, John, the Kenny Loggins interview is the best I've seen on the internet. You could see that he was really into it.
Thank you. Shannon wanted to. It's the only time Shannon's ever come up and said, I wanted. I think it might have happened before. But she came up, I just want to say hi to you. He says, oh, hello, pretty lady. It was really nice. He just said, hello, pretty lady.
Super nice. Darren says, Ian Thomas mentioned that his favorite soundtrack is from the firm Tom Cruise, which he just piano played by Dave Grusin.
Wow, yeah, Dave Grusin's great. On Golden Pond. Man, that's a great soundtrack.
Oh, Teddy Bates, At Close Range and Tron.
Oh, Tron. Chase like Tron. He thought it was real cool, yeah.
Vincenzo says, I love the soundtrack from the Monkees movie Head.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Tower chimes in, American Graffiti.
Have I seen Head? I don't remember. I might never have seen that movie, which is strange because I've got to see that movie.
Sharon says, LOL, Kentucky Fried Movie, 1977, ridiculous movie.
It's ridiculously fun, though. It's crazy. You go, what's going on?
H2O Field, how about American Graffiti? Yes, we said that.
Yeah,
and FM.
Lot. Yeah, FMs. And both of those, you're right on track. Both of those have come up and off.
Against All Odds and Fame. Yeah.
Against All Odds.
Oh, yeah, and Fame.
Take a look at me now.
But yes,
Fame. Yeah. I just talked to someone who worked with Irene Cara. Who was it? I've done so many interviews. We're so far behind. We're just trying to catch up. It's up to, first of all, I can't listen to myself, so I always have to get Chase to cut up my interviews. Thank God we have Chase, but he's really busy these days.
Grant Schubach, Rocky, 1976 soundtrack. Not sure if anyone mentioned it already.
No one!
I just joined. No one mentioned it.
Oh my God, good one!
Good one, Grant.
By the way, subscribe to our channel if you're new to our channel. We appreciate that. But yeah, Rocky, of course. Dun, 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 dun. And of course, what was it? Was it Rocky 3 with Eye of the Tiger?
DOA says Roadie and Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun was one of mine.
Yeah.
Did
anybody see the new Top Gun? We haven't seen it.
To see it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. Oh God, you're so tired.
Every
time I look at her, I know her eyes so well. And
come on, you don't have to tell her.
No. She's been. We were doing house work all day and using muscles we don't usually use, and we have a walkout basement in the back. So when we're doing the lawn, I have to go down with the lawnmower, and I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those. Your dad used to have.
I don't think the bottom patio has been like swept or scrubbed in years.
She went crazy.
We just went to town on it.
You went to town.
Bovine says the Big Chill movie was full of classics.
Yeah, I got to see that again. I got to see St. Elmo's Fire again. I mean, a lot of people didn't like that movie, but I like that movie.
John at Village Advisory, memorable Wayne's World with Bohemian Rhapsody.
In the car.
Also, Local
in the Gremlin.
With Warwick Knopfler.
Yeah. Oh, Local Hero was a great. I remember the yellow. I had it. We played it on the New Age station because that stuff fit right into New Age music.
Brandon Steele. Hey, John
hey,
and Shannon
Steele.
From Sydney, Australia. The Metropolis soundtrack by Giorgio
Moroder.
Moroder, yeah.
Oh my God. I haven't thought of that in so long. Yeah, and he ended up working with Donna Summer.
Charles Wheeler, One from the Heart, with songs performed by Tom Waits and Crystal Gale. Great offbeat duo partners. Flashdance, yes, this is Elvis soundtrack.
Flashdance was amazing. It was great soundtrack. We had so many good ones.
Brandon says Suspiria.
Suspiria? I don't know.
By Goblin.
I don't know if I know the movie.
Blaze says, Brother Judd, I hope this isn't too lame, but Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh,
if
no,
I
of
were
course.
a rich man.
Of course.
DVD.
I was watching a thing on a murder mystery. I don't know when it was, maybe 3 weeks ago. I taped the old ones as well as the new ones on 48 Hours, Dateline NBC, and all those shows. And the person who was murdered was actually a woman who played the fiddler, which is that it happens. Like Peter Pan, a woman sometimes plays Peter Pan. But yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Almost
Famous mentioned? Yes.
Yes.
Almost Famous was mentioned. Vision Quite Vision Quest, White Knights.
My battery's running out. I gotta.
And Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, Desperately Seeking. Oh. That's not come up today. Yeah, Madonna.
That has not come up.
Madonna.
Not a movie soundtrack, but I love the performance of the Sparks in the movie Roller Coaster, 1976.
I don't think I've seen it, but yeah, one of the brothers had a birthday yesterday, or was it today? I don't know. Like I said a while ago, I do them ahead of time, and sometimes I forget what date is. Oops.
Rick May, Busted with Phil Collins, Beatles Magical Mystery Tour, a TV movie, but good music.
Yeah. You are on fire tonight.
Live in Oregon, Pirate Radio starring Philip Seymour Hoffman. Lots of classic 60s.
Oh my God, I remember the movie. I never saw it. And may he rest in peace, man. Can't believe he's dead.
Fraser J, Bill Conti and Survivor from Rocky.
Yeah.
Shannon, I did it. Haha. Kim says, saw Top Gun at least twice. That's the new one that you saw twice?
Yeah, I think that's what she means. Yeah. We've got to see that. Isn't it on pay-per-view? Not tonight. You're too tired.
You're not saying. Brandon Steele, Dune soundtrack by Toto. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really, really. Hi.
Oh, thank you, Danica.
Hi.
That's a big laugh over there. Kitten Care says, have you guys seen Roadie with Meatloaf? If you haven't, I highly recommend it.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Hike with Mike, Over the Edge came out in 1979. It was based on a true story in a suburban community in the American West. Great soundtrack.
Okay, that's not the one I was thinking of. No. I don't know what the one with Kevin Costner. He's working in security, and the lady from Dune's in it. That she's a little out there, and what's his name? John. I forget the guy's name. Such a great character actor.
Iron Man says the summer of 42.
Oh, the summer of 42. Oh yeah, the theme. Remember the theme song? It was such a big hit. Yeah.
Oh.
The instrumental.
Anybody mention Ghostbusters? 1984.
Oh yeah.
But no, that was.
Who are you gonna call, man?
Midnight Express, The Warriors in Purple Rain says.
The Warriors. I don't know if it's come up. In the City, Joe Walsh is in on that.
Dr. Zhivago, Love Story. Of course, that one, yes. The Graduate soundtrack, yes.
It's on the cover. That. It's on the banner of this video.
Flo says Keith Emerson, Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh God, completely forgot about that.
Lives in Oregon, The Buddy Holly Story with Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey was good in that. He's a little out there, but he was good in that.
Record Hound, Crossroads by Ry Cooder is one of my all-time faves. It should have the guitar It should have had the guitar contest. So.
I was just driving the other day, and someone played. Speaking of Ry Cooder, Get Rhythm, and every time that song comes on, I just like crank it. Love that song.
Transparent Media Truth. I'm late. Likely already mentioned Rocky Horror. Yes, it was mentioned.
But not as much as you'd think. I thought it'd be mentioned an awful lot. So.
Oh, the No Way Out with Sean Young and Kevin Costner.
Sean, No Way Out. Oh, that movie.
Thank you.
That movie. Yeah, it was such a. I got to look up. What's his name? Sorry guys. I don't mean to go on my phone, but I got to look up.
Diz says Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds.
Oh yeah.
The Wall? Oh, yeah, The
Yes,
Wall.
Of course.
Back to the Future, Kit and Carrie. Yeah. Great soundtrack there.
Will Patton. Oh, I feel embarrassed that I forgot forgot Will Patton. Remember Will Patton? He's such a great character actor. Man, he's amazing. Crazy.
Gennaro says, how about the Karen Carpenter story?
Wasn't that a TV movie, if I remember correctly? Yeah. I don't remember it. I saw it, yeah. That's a sad situation.
Sky Theater Heavy Metal by Don Felder.
Come up a lot.
Yeah.
And rightly so, right?
Hike with Mike, the documentary Hair. I go again with the cool soundtrack, too.
Yeah. There was I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was I think something based on Hair. It wasn't based on Hair, but they were kind of getting onto the Hair, Jesus Christ Superstar bandwagon. And I think it was called Jack. It was for TV. and I saw it on TV. Does anyone remember that? I've looked it up and I can't find any information on it. But it was just on cards. It was based on cards. And, sorry, I'm moving this with my feet. But I think it was called Jack. If anybody remembers it, please help me.
Darren says High Fidelity.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, John Cusack. They made a series out of that, and they didn't really make it. I watched one episode. I liked it.
Reiki says Hedwig and the Angry Itch.
Oh yeah, I saw it on TV. Excuse me. No, I'm tired. On one of those pay-per-view channels. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
DOA, Roger Rabbit, and Mo Better Blues, also Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, these are all good ones.
Live in Oregon, Pure Country, George Strait, and Urban Cowboy for country genre.
Pure Country, yeah, of course, Urban Cowboy. I'm not a big country fan, but I like country. I didn't mind country in the 80s. I like country a lot more in the 90s, and then I stopped liking country. I went, that's enough.
Siba says School of Rock. Haha. I'm not sure if it's being a soundtrack, but awesome 2004 movie starring Jack Black.
Yeah, wasn't what's her name? Amanda Cosgrove, iCarly. Wasn't she in that? If I remember. Was that her name? Amanda Cosgrove.
Rick May says, anybody mention Godspell?
No, you're the first one. Yeah.
Oh, Vincenzo, the Caddyshack soundtrack.
Man, that's never come up. So one of the reasons we love doing these kind of things are all of a sudden, like some
it also
obvious
brings you
ones.
back. It so brings you back. Like,
it does, but some of the obvious ones you think come up, and they'll come up like where we have like 12 minutes left or 14 minutes left because I have to record my show, so I have to watch the clock.
Another one, Chase says Harold and Maude.
Oh yeah, I haven't thought of that movie in a long time.
Shannon says, hey, what about UHF with Weird Al and Michael Richards?
First one to mention that.
Eclectic music.
Yeah.
Oh, The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Cabaret.
Yeah. Same family.
Fraser J says Jerry Fielding from Dirty Harry fame.
Oh.
Mona Lisa the movie with Bob Hoskins, Michael Caine, and Kathy Tyson. Great film.
I don't think I've seen it. I might have seen it in the day. I don't know. Oh, someone's being bad.
Just have to get rid of those.
Let's see if I can get rid of that. You just do like that, and you go hide user from the channel. Look at oh my God! Look at how many. That's crazy. Yeah, it's just at the end all the time.
Jerry Felding, okay. We already talked about that. A Baby Driver, The Last Supper, 2 underrated movies and soundtracks. Douglas said.
The Last Temptation of Christ with Peter Gabriel. There's one.
Mark Shoesmith, Risky Business.
Oh yeah.
Or also Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There's some good.
Ferris Bueller's, yeah. Twist and Shout. Remember? There was so much impossible things in that movie. Like, I mean, Ferris Bueller was good, but he wasn't going to pull that off. But
Sorry, I have my glasses
oh, are they coming on again?
Looks like it. So I have my glasses on.
Let me make sure. Message deleted. No, I think that's it. Sorry, guys. I have to just... Spam alert. Thanks, Iron Man.
Chris says Saturday Night Fever. Yes, that was one.
Yes. And of course, Olivia came up a lot with Xanadu, Two of a Kind, and Grease.
Diz says Jeff Wayne's The War of the Worlds, 1978.
Oh, yeah. I remember every station I've worked at had the soundtrack.
Yes, Car Wash was mentioned.
Car Wash, yeah.
Hike with Mike, the last American version, had a great soundtrack and one of the saddest outro songs at the end of the movie.
What was it? Do you remember what it was? I remember seeing the movie.
Ricky says Yentl and the Jazz Singer. Oh yeah, the Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond. Had some good ones too, of course.
I remember Yentl. I don't think I've seen Yentl all the way through. I never went to the theater to see it. pretty sure I've never seen it all the way. Mandy Patinkin was in that, wasn't he? Yeah.
2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
A Star is Born.
Star is Born, yeah.
A Record Hound says Zachariah soundtrack had awesome moments. Has two James Gang songs not on their album.
No, cool.
Gennaro, another great show. Have a great weekend, you guys. Stay safe.
Have a nice weekend. By the way, we're putting up Today in History for our sister channel, Rock History Music. We're trying to do it a day ahead because the shelf life on one of those, it can be a little longer because I try to pick one thing out of every. Shannon will say, hey, what about this? Like Joe Jackson yesterday, the fact that he didn't like his voice, especially on the first 3 albums, really didn't like his voice. Wanted to be a songwriter more than necessarily, a piano player more than necessarily be the main guy, but then no one could phrase his songs, the way he wanted to. Oh, we're tired tonight.
Hike with Mike. Miles Teller from the new Top Gun movie was a student at my high school. I used to make sure he had a hall pass when he was wandering the hallways.
What was he like? He seems really arrogant. He seems so incredibly arrogant. When every time I've seen him, I keep going, don't know if I like this guy.
Times Square, Staying Alive, and Pretty Woman. Oh, 9 to 5. Those
9 to 5. Never come up yet.
No.
Never come. I just sparked up. I just woke up. Yeah.
Kurt says Jack with Robin Williams. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. God, I don't remember the soundtrack though.
The Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me, Simple Minds.
Yeah, Simple Minds. Yeah. I play that on my show every few nights in Vancouver.
David says Animal House and American Graffiti have great 60s soundtracks.
Yeah.
Flo says, by the way, is there anyone who knows the soundtrack of a French movie by Miles Davis?
I wonder. Anybody?
Pause 2 per. Thanks for all you do, John and Shan. Hope it's a relaxing weekend.
It's always busy. Shannon's writing Today in History. Shannon, what are the sites that you get to the information mostly from Today in History? Song Facts.
Yeah, there's a calendar, songfacts.com, this date in music.
Music.com.
Yeah. There's about 3 or 4 that have been fabulous for getting information.
I keep forgetting. I got to put I did it for a few videos. I got to start putting links to them.
Darren says, is there a soundtrack that causes people to yawn?
Yeah, tonight. Yeah. Well, you're not yawning, but we're both so incredibly tired from doing extra yard work today. And I spent hours looking for the David Page interview. Couldn't find it because Chase already cut it up. And notice I'm making some food. Cut it up. And I don't know where it is. Like, it's so strange that I can't find it anywhere. I have a NAS system with multiple hard drives. I've gone through the entire thing. There's like 4 hard drives right over here. I've gone through everything and I can't find it. So Chase said, Dad, I'll do it again. No, I'll do it tomorrow.
Sue says Love Actually. Oh, one of my favorite movies. That was a good soundtrack too.
I love that. Yeah.
Rick says Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, Steelers, Wheels, Stuck in the Middle with You.
Yeah.
Scary Good. Good Morning, Vietnam. Oh,
yes, Good morning, Vietnam.
Vincenzo says, another great show. Hope you guys have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Well, it's fun to kind of give a topic for each one.
Well, we like this because you're doing a lot of the talking too, and you're contributing, and we're always curious on what things you like. Someone give us a thumbs down. What the heck? What's going to happen, right? But anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to bow a little early because we're so tired.
But thank you, everyone, for being a part of it tonight. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And it's neat when you do this because it brings back so many memories too, right?
One of you came up with this title. And I said, Shannon, what are the titles that we remember that they gave us? And she said, oh, this was a good one. And I said, well, you give us your top ones. And but anyway, thank you, everybody. And thank you for the folks. We're going to have a list next time we come on. There's a lot of people who joined our Patreon and also gave us donations on our PayPal And thank you for supporting the channel. We appreciate it. So love you guys. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Till next week.
See you.
By the way, Today in History is on Rock History Book right now, but I'll also put it in the little thingamajiggy like Facebook on this channel. Take care.
Bye.